everybody, it's Garrett here with NordStick. I'm going to show you 15 exercises you can do with the NordBench. Only 6 were designed for the NordBench, but over the past few weeks, our NordStick fam has been using the product. They've been really creative and they've showed us different ways they can use a product that we honestly didn't expect. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to show you over 20 different exercises you can do with the band system to truly get a full body workout. So I'm going to have Kristen come in and model these movements. So first, we're just going to lay the machine down for Nordic curls. Kristen's going to do a flat Nordic curl. Nordic curls are an amazing way to strengthen your hamstrings. They can be challenging. So with the NordBench, you're able to use 8 different levels of regression, all the way from 8 degrees to 15 degrees, and then we'll show a few others. So Kristen, let's try 25 degrees, which allows you to regress the Nordic curl. I have another video that I'll highlight in the bottom showing exactly how to scale this movement and all the different ways you can progress Nordic curls in your training. I'll link that in the show notes. Next, I'm going to show you guys how to do a back extension with the NordBench. So if you incline this all the way up to 45 degrees, Kristen can step on the platform. One of the nice things about the NordBench, we have a really wide foot plate, so Kristen can turn her feet out, focus on her glutes a little bit more. This adjusts for 12 different levels, allowing somebody 6'8" all the way down to 4'8" to use the NordBench. You just want this pad to be in your hip crease. The NordBench is simply adjusted on the side here, so you can go all the way up and all the way down. Next, we're gonna go back to 25 degrees. Kristen's gonna show you hip thrusts off the front of the NordBench. This is a great way to build glute strength. Kristen can do it with 2 legs. She can add the band system off the front to increase the challenge. I love the band system for this because the most tension at the top of the movement when you're the strongest, and it's the least tension at the bottom. And then you can just easily slip right out when you're done. You can also do single leg hip thrusts or bring your foot closer to the bench to get more of a glute focus, or further away from the bench to get more of a hamstring focus. So Kristen, walk your feet out. This would be more of a hamstring focus in your bridge. Kristen's gonna then pop up and show us sit-ups. On the NordBench, you can do sit-ups at multiple different levels. I prefer 25 degrees. That's the most challenging. She can reach all the way back, feel a good stretch in her abs, and this is a really challenging movement. What you can also do is add some resistance and do some core twists, which is a great way to strengthen your obliques and your abdominals. You can also do these at 15 degrees, 8 degrees, or flat, with each level down getting easier and easier. Now, I'm gonna show you 2 ways to do split squats. The first way was what we designed it for. The second way, I think, is a better way to do it that some of the NordStick fam showed us. Good. So the further her foot's away from the bench, the more she's gonna feel it in her glute. And the closer her foot's to the bench, the more she's gonna feel it in her quad. Both legs will be working, but the leg out in front is gonna be the primary leg focused on this exercise. Now, one thing we got from the NordStick fam that I really liked is actually doing split squats off the back. You could put that up to a nice 35-degree angle. That roller will roll with you. And now Kristen can do split squats off the back. One thing she can also do is lower it down. Now she can lower down into a couch stretch, or she's gonna put her knee there. She should feel a nice stretch. She can rock back. She's gonna be working this front hip flexor in a nice stretch. Next, we're gonna go back up to 45 degrees, and Kristen's gonna show us a QL raise. So this is, again, another great way to strengthen your obliques. Kristen's gonna reach down to the ground, and she's gonna feel it in her top oblique and glute. You can add the band system in. Kristen will grab on, and it'll just add some challenge to this exercise. Good. Now if Kristen switches her feet, she's gonna feel this more in her adductors, her groin muscles. Yeah, bring that foot out in front. Good. And now she's gonna lower down into an adductor raise and back up. Good. This is very challenging, so start easy. And that's gonna be a perfect transition into the next exercise, which I'm gonna show you a little bit easier way to do this. So you can do this off the front or the back of the machine. We're gonna do it off the back of the machine. So Kristen's gonna get into a side plank with her top foot on here, and she's gonna raise up into a Copenhagen adductor raise. Good. So this is a great way to build groin strength. It's a great injury prevention exercise and can also be performed off the front of the bench. There's more customizability off the front of the bench in terms of height, but feel free to adjust this height up if you would like to make it more comfortable for the individual using it. Next, this is one that was shown to me by Jose. Some people know him as Dad Shredded. So this is actually his favorite way to use the NordBench, and it's with mid rows. So you're gonna remove the rollers and it's gonna act as a great bench for mid rows. You can do this with a cable machine, or I'm gonna show you how to do this with the band system as well. The NordBench puts you at a nice decline so that your feet feel comfortable and supported when you're doing a row. Good. Single leg hip flexor fallback. So at 25 degrees, she's gonna hook one leg back here. Yep. Good. Hook one leg in, the other leg lays on top, and you're just gonna fall backwards. Good, and now pull yourself back up. Good, you should feel a nice stretch in the front of your leg, but another great way to strengthen your hip flexor. Hop off, Kristen. If you wanna make it more challenging, you can lower this down so that her butt is gonna be at the top here. Now with the other leg, good. And she's just gonna fall back and pull herself up. She should feel her abs and her hip flexor working in this movement, but another great exercise. As she gets stronger, she can even reach back and touch the ground. Good, and pull yourself back up. And now, thanks to the Nordic fan pushing us to find a way to put the slant board on the NordBench, there is a slant board that you can use for a variety of exercises. So Kristen's gonna show us squats first. Good. Flip around and we'll do heel raises. Great way to strengthen your calves. Good. And in addition to this video, there's also a longer video where I break down each movement, showing you 3 or 4 levels of scale and 2 or 3 levels of progression as you get stronger, so that you can find the level that meets you at where you're at and also guide you to where you want to go. I also like to do toe elevated deadlifts, so I'll put my toe up on a slant board, go down into a deadlift, but those are the core exercises you can do with that. Another exercise you can do with the NordBench is a preacher curl. So Kristen's gonna grab 10 pounds. We're gonna incline this all the way up. Slide your arms down. Good. Good. So the pad provides a significant amount of comfort during this movement. This was something shown to us from one of the Nordic fam. A great way to strengthen your biceps. You can also do this with a barbell or an easy curl bar. A great way to strengthen your biceps with the NordBench. And then you can also attach the band system and do this with the band system as well. Great job. Now we're going to show you a few ways you can use the band system. Now Kristen's going to get in that same position with her arms long, and she's going to pull into a mid row. You can double up the bands or even triple up the bands with this exercise, but a great way to build back strength with this movement. From this position, Kristen can also do face pulls, pulling up like that. Another very challenging exercise, but another great way to build your upper back strength. You can use the band system for squats, just to add some intensity to your squats. There you go. Good. She can lower down into a squat and then pull back up. A great way to add a little intensity to your slant board squats. Next, Kristen's gonna turn around and do banded heel raises. A great way to add some challenge to the calf raise. Hop off, Kristen. Pop this off. Okay, now we're gonna flip this around. Okay, next Kristen's gonna do leg extension. So she's gonna sit on the machine and kick out. A great way to strengthen your quad. You'll notice that the band is the perfect length so that she feels tension through the entire range of motion. She can add resistance to this by adding another band to make it harder. And now I'll incline it like this, and she's gonna do a standing hamstring curl. Good. Another great way to isolate your hamstrings and strengthen your hamstrings. Now to work her glutes, she's gonna turn to the side and do hip abduction. Good. She can turn again and work her hip flexors and do hip flexion. Good. She can turn again and she'll do hip adduction to work her groin. And then lastly, she can put her hands here and do a glute kickback. Good. Good. Straighten your leg and do hip extension. Good. 2 great ways to strengthen your glutes. Okay. Now, just wrapping things up, we're gonna show you how you can do a lateral raise and a frontal raise. So you can do a lateral raise with the band system, also a frontal raise. Good. She can also do a bicep curl. Good. And now I'm going to lower this down to 25 degrees. She's going to have a seat here, and she's going to do a shoulder press. Good. You can add bands here, progress the challenge. The NordBench comes with a light, medium, and heavy band when you purchase the band system. 4 connector points, ankle cuffs, and a handle so that you can do upper and lower body exercises with it. This is a comprehensive guide to everything you can do with the NordBench, and we're not stopping here. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with in the future, alternate ways to use your NordBench. A lot of these exercises were inspired by you, and you've really made this machine special. We started with the goal of being able to do 6 things with it, and now you can do 15 plus exercises with it, strengthening your full body. You're only limited by your creativity with the NordBench, and it'll be your stable base through everything you throw at it. Thank you for purchasing the NordBench, and if you have any questions, reach out to Garrett at thenordstick.com, and we can't wait to see all the exciting things you do with it.